Okay, welcome everyone to our team call. We're kind of combining calls here with Team Results, Team Exhilarate, Team Pursuit, Team Tenacious. So um, taking turns to just share some, the great things that we should all be working on in our business to move forward. So each of us have kind of taken on, like we just kind of nominated Natalie to maybe talk about branding in a couple weeks. I was talking with Lisa about going over tips on invites. So she said she might go over that next week. But thanks everyone for joining in. And what we have today, which I'm super pumped about, is Lindsay Cheatham's going to talk more about how to attract more customers through Instagram. And what you guys will notice is that in our business, we're networking. So we constantly need to be meeting new people. What I feel is that Facebook gets a little frustrating for me. Not that it's not an avenue that you can't master and learn as well, but Instagram, there's so many different platforms out there. So Instagram is just another way for you to learn how to, just connect with people and build relationships with people, because that's what we do, every single day. That's what our business is about. So it's, Instagram is something that I think I just do I know I just do Instagram and I do Facebook. Others are like, Snapchat or Twitter or anything else, but those are the two that I've really tried to master. So, and, I'm getting a lot of, what should I say, response in my Instagram lately, but I know that I need to take it to the next level because there's so many different tips and tricks to it. So excited to hear what Lindsay has to say about how we can take it to the next level and connect with more people, and get them into our world. I just wanted to open up the call real quick and give some, what we do on our team calls is we like to give updates on upcoming events. And these are just things that, that I have going on in my team, or even just for myself, because my team has gotten into where they have created their own strategies, marketing strategies for the month. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're all doing the same thing, but this is just something that I have going on. So I just wanted to let you all know and let you know that you can join in on these if you'd like to see how I run them. And then, next month you can run them on your own. So the next thing that I have coming up is I have a Crock-Pot challenge that our team kind of thought up of together. I've run a couple of them before. It's great to do because my target audience is busy moms. Not just that we need to be a mom, but we're all pretty busy, and who doesn't love when you put everything in a crock pot and your dinner's made for you, at 5 o'clock. It's like the coolest thing, like some little magic elf makes your dinner for you all day. So we're doing a crock pot challenge. I just did a simple post last night, like if anybody is interested in this, I'm going to put this together. You can go to my wall and see what I posted. I had a ton of response on it. So you can go to my wall, my personal wall, and see what I just posted about that and get an idea about what you can post for that. I'm starting it on Monday. A couple of us in the team, they're starting it together. The other thing that I did is I created an event invite, and then I'll invite people from that event. And the cool thing you can do with an event invite is when you have people invited in there, then you can keep updating within that event, and people are going to see the post. So you can do a live video, like I'm going to do a live video to just tell people like, what to expect, and, just show my face and chat with them about some things. And then I'm going to keep posting about updates. They can share the event on their wall, invite other friends, that type of thing. And then on Thursday, I'm going to create the group, and I'll add everybody into that private group. And then that's where I'll present the menu and the grocery list and all of that. But the thing that is cool is that if these people start inviting their other friends, these people need to add me as a friend so that they can get into my group. So that's how you get to gain friends organically. So that's something that I'm doing. It's starting on Monday, the 17th. If you want to join in on it, you can go to my page and see where I posted it, and you'll see the event invite, and you can click going. You can be a fly on the wall. and then get ideas for how to run it for yourself. So the other thing that we have going on is promoting a sneak peek, a 3-day sneak peek. So how I'm going to promote that is I'm going to add in a couple stories about what Beachbody coaching has done for me. And I'm going to do that, like tomorrow. I'm looking at my calendar I have on my lap here. And then probably create a private, the event invite for that as well. And then I'll send out private messages to people like, hey, just, sent you an invite to the sneak peek, just if you want to check it out, no strings attached, just, be a fly on the wall and see, what you think about the opportunity, if you'd be open to it. So then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to create a private group, and then we're going to add people into there. And we're going to kind of do a different format, which I'll be honest with all of you, scares me to death. I've been talking with Lindsay about this. I've been talking about doing this new sneak peek format for a couple weeks, and I'm like, okay, just got to do it on Monday, because it's going to be more of me talking about my story instead of just presenting videos and posts and stuff like that. I've been studying a lot about what these other coaches are doing, how they're getting a lot of coaches on board, and you just have to tell people about, where you were before Beachbody, what you didn't like about yourself, how Beachbody came into your life, and how it's changed your life, and how you're looking forward to the future. So that's what I'm going to get on there and do, and share my story, live video. Just going to go with it. So, and then just kind of like a couple other things about information about the business, and then do like a live Q&A. So that's another thing. If you guys would like to jump in on that, you can be a fly on the wall and then see how you can run that for yourselves. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I was going to go over steps about this on this call tonight, but I realized there's so many things that I want to cover that I'm going to do a separate, like, just kind of training call on this. I'll just do a video, a YouTube video, and then share it in the team page. But Core to Force, we have a new program coming up, everybody. So you guys need to really, really capitalize on this and run with it, because it's huge. And we have a new product launch. Like, we need to do, it's just huge for our company. So, and for your business. So things that I'm going to do for that is, you can go into your Coach Online office. You can look up product tools and kits, I think, and then it will tell you all about what Core to Force is going to offer, like exactly everything, how much it's going to be, what it's going to be launched. I think it's going to be available October 31st. So go in and read all about it. Then you can go to like Joel Freeman. He's the person who created the program in Jericho, and you can see what they're posting about to learn more. You can go onto, they probably have a Core to Force. Let's see, I haven't looked into this yet. They probably have a Core to Force Facebook page. You can learn more about it there. And then once you learn all about this, you want to figure out when you're going to have your group start. And you can create a private event page as well, and just start inviting people into that, and then start updating people in that private event invite. So I'm going to do a different call on that to go through all the cool steps that you can do to really, really make that happen huge for you and your business, and to get some people on board for that. So just be on the lookout for that and keep that in mind, and you can start looking into information about it yourself right now, and then I'll give you some tips on how you can really launch that. So I want to turn it over to Lindsay so we can start learning all of the good stuff from her, and get ready to get your notes ready to write down some stuff. And how are you about, you want to do like some questions in chat and you can address them at the end, or?
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, if you guys have questions along the way, just definitely put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Take it away, Lindsay.
All right, cool. So I'm really excited, guys. Like I said, I did a little bit of Instagram training through Shalene Johnson. And if you guys don't know who she is a celebrity trainer through Beachbody. And she also is a business mentor. And she really is trying to transition from being a fitness professional into, you know, being in the world of mentoring people on how to grow their business, really a lot through social media. So she has a team behind her who is helping her with developing stuff to research Instagram, Facebook, all different sorts of things. So I said, I'm going to follow this woman because she's wildly successful. So if you guys aren't already following her, a couple of things to think about, just jotting down on your notes is, sorry, I gotta mute someone. One thing maybe you do or do not know about me is I'm very easily distracted. So if you could just all mute yourselves, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. So anyways, Shalene has been a huge mentor in my business, and she has her Instagram Impact Academy, which I'm going to talk about tonight. And then she also has a podcast called Build Your Tribe. So that's a great one to follow, and very short, like 20, 30-minute segments for you to listen to. She has the Shalene Show, and she has, you know, you can follow her on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on Twitter. She's on like every social media, and she definitely has help between all those things. But the one thing she recommends for somebody who is a new business owner or who's a smaller business owner, like most of us here, right? She recommends that you just pick like 2 social media accounts to master. So you can't be good at every single one. You know, once you get to a certain level, you can probably have all of those different accounts, but she's definitely not leading all of those on her own. She has people helping her, okay? So that's the point of this call tonight. We're going to talk about how to attract customers via your Instagram. So how many of you would say that you already have an Instagram account? I just want to see if everybody has one or not. Okay. So maybe a couple do not. And if you don't, I want you to consider making one, because with Instagram, you actually do not need to pay for ads. So Facebook, you know, on your like page, a lot of times to get engagement over there, you're going to need to learn how to run your page through ads. And that's a whole nother call. We actually had one last week about that. And if you missed it, we can get you the recording. But Instagram is free to build your business right now. And it might change in the future. But right now, there's people capitalizing on the fact that they can earn an income through Instagram. And people are making 6 figures or even more through this social media platform. So kind of what you want to start thinking about is, if you don't have an Instagram and you're only working from one social media account, you should probably set one up ASAP, okay? And the cool thing about Instagram is that you can link your Instagram posts to your Facebook account. So you're posting, you know, on your Instagram, but you're also posting on your Facebook. So it's like a 2-for-1 deal, which is kind of nice, especially if you're super busy and on the go. So tonight, what we're going to talk about specifically are personal accounts versus feature accounts. We're going to talk about how to properly use hashtags, because a lot of people use them. I didn't even know this myself. There's like actually a proper way to use hashtags. You know, there's a science behind it. And then we're going to talk about how to use the Explore page. So this is going to be an interactive training. So if you don't have Instagram, make sure you're taking notes. But if you have Instagram, I want you to, at some point, pull up the app on your phone. And hold on one second. I'm really sorry, but my computer battery is going low. So I'm going to plug it in really quick. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. And so when you're using those hashtags, I'm going to show you guys, you know, how to properly use them and where to place them in your posts. And then we're going to talk about how to use the Explore page on Instagram to find the people that you want to work with. So finding your target audience, people who are like you. And then we're going to talk about how to create call to action posts. So if you're not familiar with a call to action post, for us specifically as coaches, our call to action posts are to our challenge groups. They're, maybe to go over in like your Facebook page if you have a like page, or to your website if you have a website, or maybe they're to invite to your 3-day sneak peek into coaching. So those are our call to actions. Or, leaving their email below so that you can shoot them your free clean eating plan. The whole science behind the emails, though, why you see maybe some top coaches asking for emails is because they have an email list, and that's a whole nother call as well. And I don't know if anybody on here has an email list or not yet, but that's definitely on my bucket list, because with an email list, you can capture people's emails and you're going to be in their life every single time that you are sending massive emails out. So you can be sending out, free clean eating plans or free workout ideas, but then you can also be sending your call to actions there as well. So like I said, that's a whole nother call. But how many people here would like to have people finding you instead of having to go out and find people all of the time? Just raise your hand. Okay. And I'm the same way. Like sometimes you're like, I wish people would just like fall into my lap. And that's not necessarily exactly what's going to happen with this. You still need to form relationships. You still need to be talking with people before you are actually inviting them and stuff like that. But this is just going to bring the people in who are like you, and then it's going to be easier to work with. So with that said, I just want to talk a little bit about Instagram and how it's not really a popularity contest. So it doesn't matter if you have a gazillion likes on your Instagram. If you don't have any engagement on your posts, then it's pointless. And that's kind of the same with Facebook. If you go to people's Facebook pages and they have, 20,000 likes, but they don't have many people commenting on their stuff, then maybe they're not seeing it, or it's just not engaging enough. So we want to have, yes, a lot of eyeballs on our social media accounts, but it's about the quality of eyeballs instead of the quantity. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to attract those quality people into your life tonight. And those are going to be the people that you vibe with, right? So your vibe attracts your tribe. So you need to be putting yourself out there each and every day, the best you, so that you're attracting the best version of you in other people. And then those followers, the goal is to turn them into customers. So I think that we're all kind of in the same boat, to where we're all building a business with little to no experience. And this is new to a lot of us, but mastering social media is going to be key with growing your business, because that's where it's at now. Like, obviously word of mouth business is still huge, but everybody's on social media, especially in our day and age, and knowing how to work it to bring people into your life and understanding it is key to building your business. So, really the key to making money on social media is by serving other people and adding value to them. So I want you guys to just start thinking of some ways that you can add value to others, or you can serve them, okay? And if you're a newer coach, I know there's some newer coaches on the call and you haven't heard this before, but some of you are already doing this through your Facebook posts and maybe even your Instagram posts already. But ways that you can add value to others is, sharing free tips, recipes, videos on fitness routines and stuff like that, and just inspiration and positivity. So I'm going to talk about those feature accounts that I mentioned in the beginning, but Shalene, she recommends having a personal account. So most of you already have a personal account on the call, but there's probably no one on this call that has what's called a feature account. So your personal account is where you're posting your everyday life, you're sharing day-to-day, maybe you're sharing about your family, your pets, you're sharing your fitness, journey and stuff like that. But people are going to follow your personal account either because they know you or they know of you, or you're adding value to their life in some way. But what the feature accounts do is they are giving people exactly what they're looking for. So for example, Chalene Johnson has a couple of different feature accounts, and this is how she has so many followers collectively. I think she said she has like over 1 million followers. I didn't take that note, but she has a ton of followers through all these different accounts that she has. So she has her personal account and she shares her life there, but she also will share a little bit of fitness and food because that's part of her everyday life. But then she has a account that's called Home Workouts for You. So they're all home workouts, and they're not just of her, they're of other people. So she didn't really share how she got all those other people onto there. So I'm thinking that's probably in her Instagram impact training. And if anybody has ideas, maybe Natalie, because you're pretty good on Instagram, I'd love to hear. But she's putting these workouts on there, and she's grown that to a lot of followers. And so people who are looking for in-home workouts, they're going to find Chalene in a different way. And then Chalene is going to connect with them and maybe get them on board with one of her home-based DVD programs. She also has an account for fashion. She has an account for her Instagram impact training. So just start thinking of some ideas for a feature account that you might like to start. So I've been thinking about mine. I haven't started one yet because I just did this training a couple of days ago, but I'm thinking the same thing would be good for me because one, I work out from home, and two, I do it almost every day. So it's something I can be consistent in and add value to others with. So maybe there's something that you do every day that can allow you to connect with others who have something in common with you. Like, are you good at couponing, cooking, clean recipes, saving money, getting out of debt? Are you good at building relationships? Do you have a strong spiritual side to yourself that you can give people hope and inspiration through? Are you good at motivating others? So those are just some ideas to think about and think about creating a feature account. So this is separate. You would create a new separate account aside from your personal account. And if you don't have an Instagram, you probably just want to start with your regular account and do some of the tips I'm going to go over next, and then keep this feature account in the back of your mind. I know it's something I'm going to implement within the next week, so I'm pretty excited about that. Sorry, I always get a dry mouth when I'm talking. But next we're going to talk about the hashtags. So you probably see people using hashtags all over social media, and maybe you know about them or maybe you don't. But the key thing is we don't want to use obvious hashtags. So what do I mean about that? If you are using a hashtag that is specific to your product, service, or company, that's a conflict of interest between you and your competitor. So for example, if I hashtag Body Beast or PiYo or Shakeology, it's not likely that most average people are going to know what that is. I know before I became a coach, I didn't know what Shakeology was. I saw people posting about it, but I was like, I don't know what that is, you know? So the thing is, when you hashtag those things, if your competitor coach, so say it's another coach that hashtagged it, if that comes up in the person's search at another point in time, they vibe with that other coach better, you've just sent your potential customer to that coach. So we really want to avoid using any product or service or even the word Beachbody hashtag terms, okay? So some examples for hashtags that you could think about using on some of your posts. So if you do like a business post, what you love most about coaching, you can put under there like hashtag like a boss, or who are you specifically trying to target? Hashtag teacher life, hashtag gym owner, hashtag nurse life. So the people that you want to attract into your world. And then on a fitness post, you know, Instagram fit, or hashtag fat loss, or hashtag TIU, which is tone it up, hashtag in-home fitness. So there's lots of different things that you can put in there. So you really need to sit down and think about who are the people that you want to attract into your life. Another one I really like to use is hashtag confidence. I want to attract, you know, confident people into the business. And then, for example, on a everyday post. So maybe your post is not about fitness or the business, but who are you and who are you trying to attract? So for me, a couple that I thought of, I'm a toddler mom, so hashtag toddler mom, hashtag moms in love with fitness, hashtag nature or nature hike, you know, something like that, or IG fit mom, you know, so these are things that are specific to me. So what I want you guys to start thinking about doing is studying your ideal customer and their hashtags and what they're specifically using. And I also want you to write down very detailed qualities so that you can get even more specific with those hashtags. So how old is your potential customer or your ideal customer? Where do they live? So with Beachbody, we are only in the US and Canada. So you don't want to be attracting people from Australia or New Zealand, whatever. You know, you want to have a specific area. And if you're somebody who likes to have local coaches, then you can put in surrounding cities. What specific hobbies do they have? You know, what are your hobbies? You want to find things in common with each other. Are they married? Do they have kids? Do they have a job? What are they looking for that you have? So as coaches, what do we have to offer to others, right? We have fitness, we have nutrition, we have support, accountability, and we have an earning opportunity. So those are some things to think about too. And then you want to think also about what is their biggest struggle right now and how can you help them? So start thinking about, okay, what was your biggest struggle when you came into Beachbody? It's easier to connect with people who had the same exact struggle as you because you can relate with them better, right? So you got to be really specific and use those terms that actually describe who you're looking for. Another good tip is to look at the pages of your best customers. Okay, so if you're a brand new coach, maybe you don't have a best customer yet, but keep note of that, you know, and once you have that best customer, your ideal customer on board, and if they're on Instagram, watch what they're doing and what they're saying. Those are the people that, you know, you want to continue bringing into your life. And then, so a couple of more specific ones that I thought of personally for myself, and hopefully this would help you guys, but if you're trying to attract somebody who's local, because I'm a nurse and I used to work at the Cleveland Clinic, I put hashtag Cleveland Clinic nurse, hashtag University Hospital nurse, hashtag Cleveland mom, hashtag Cleveland RN. You could put in your child's school, you know, hashtag Renwood. That's the only school I can think of right now, Renwood Elementary. And then even like local restaurants. So you don't want to put chain restaurants in because, you know, if you're trying to really target somebody who's specific to your area, you want to try and put in a hashtag like Town Hall or hashtag East 4th Street. Those are just ideas that pop into my head, but I'm sure you guys can think of some restaurants that are local to you. And then if you're trying to target somebody of a specific age, for me, I'm a mom, so I would put in like mom of one or parent life because most parents, you know, are in their 20s to 30s, 40s. I mean, obviously you're a parent, you know, for a majority of your life as you're growing older, but how many older people are on Instagram? So you guys get my point, but hashtag momby, hashtag adulting, hashtag toddler mom, like I already said that, hashtag working mom or working mom life. So those are just some ideas to target, you know, people who are like you and most likely close to your age group. And maybe you guys have some other ideas on specific ways to target people who are close to your age group, but that's kind of what I came up with. So then the other one that I, you know, came up with a couple of hashtags are, what are they looking for that we specifically have? And that's fat loss, strength training, confidence, time freedom, cash for Christmas. So those are just a couple that I came up with. So when I was doing this training, Shalene didn't give a bunch of specific hashtags. So I'm thinking she digs a little deeper in her Instagram impact, but you just got to play around with it and try it out and see what works well for you. So now I want to kind of go into where to specifically put your hashtags. So you really don't want to put them in the caption of your posts. So I'm going to kind of explain that. If you guys can just pull out your phones and open up your Instagram app if you're on there. And I'm going to do a screen share. So that you can see what I'm talking about, where to put them. So if you go to like one of your recent posts on Instagram, so just pull up like your most recent post, and then right underneath it there's like the heart button to where you can like it, and then there's a little bubble, like a comment bubble where you can comment on it. You're going to click that comment bubble, and that under there is where you want to post your hashtags, okay? But before you do that, what you would want to do is go to the notes section of your phone, and you would type this out. So you're going to put a period, enter, period, enter, period, enter, etc. So 5 times, so that once you get to the 5th period, right underneath that is where you want to put your hashtags. Okay? So what this does is it hides the hashtags away. And this was just a site. I literally didn't understand how to do this. I didn't understand how to hide the hashtags, so I Googled it, guys. Like, if there's something that you don't know how to do in this business, there's information out there to help you understand it. So anyways, I Googled this, and it told me what to do. And this specific site says that it's okay to have some hashtags in the caption, but Shalene recommended not to do that. And you can have up to 15 hashtags under here, okay? So these are your specific ones, right? So I'm going to show you over here what it would potentially look like. This is a post I did tonight, and I didn't put 15 hashtags there because I couldn't think of that many because I was hurrying up. I just got home and I wanted to prepare for our call. But I made this post and I put them here. So you can see them here. But if you actually go to my Instagram and click on any of my most recent pictures, you can't see these hashtags, okay? So I guess I don't know what it is, why you don't want to see them. She didn't mention like specifically why, but I guess maybe they can look a little spammy or what, or maybe Natalie knows because she's a little Instagram diva over there. So any input you have would be awesome. But
Natalie sorry, Linz, but Natalie just said like 30 hashtags. That's what I thought too.
Oh, 30? I'm sorry. Thank you.
And then what do you mean by hiding them? Or what does that mean?
So you can see them here, but if you go to my profile, like at Lindsay CFit, or even, I don't know if you can even see this on my phone, like my post. Can you see it at all, Linz?
Yeah.
See how you can't see the hashtags at all?
Okay.
So again, I don't recall her saying like why you want to hide them, but she just said put them in the comment section. So I don't know if there's like a specific reason behind it or not, but I see a lot of top coaches doing this, including that Emily Kirby that you were talking with me about.
Yeah.
And Raina O'Dell does it. So I'm going to copy the right cats, but I'm going to put in, stuff that's more specific to me. So,
Lindsay, you don't put the hashtags, you put the hashtags in a comment as if you're commenting on your own picture?
Yes, correct. Yep.
And how does that, okay, that's confusing. I never knew
Well,
that.
can you explain more about like how the hashtags work too? Like how people find you with the hashtags?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't know if you're going to say that though.
I have that in my awesome notes here.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Because that was totally like, I didn't understand, what am I even doing this for? And then I would
Yeah,
start
like why?
using
Okay.
hashtags and people would start finding me. So
Okay.
that's the whole thing about like, why you want to pick the certain hashtags to find people. It's because they find you.
Right. So I was just kind of talking about before the hashtags, where to put them, like why you want to use them. So by using specific ones, you're going to attract people who are like you. Did that make sense? Like the stuff I was just going over?
Yeah, I get it. Totally. But then the thing is, like for me, like I'll go on and I'll like, now I understand like how I can search people.
Uh-huh.
And how I can find people now. So I didn't understand how I could find people through hashtags. So now I understand when I do those hashtags, people are finding me too,
Right.
like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those are like the stuff I talked about, just, hashtagging your stuff. That's the stuff you want to put under your posts. So I was talking about the stuff that you want to put in your post, and then I just was saying where to put them specifically.
Mm-hmm. So you can do that on Facebook too if you hashtag. It's the same thing. People can find you via your hashtags on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. I know I see people use them sometimes on there, but
That's how someone found me before I was on Instagram about the Sjogrens. She searched Sjogrens in Facebook and I popped up because it was one of my hashtags.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like a lot of people use hashtags on Facebook, so maybe we're missing out on something, because I know
it's not something that everybody knows about. I read that's like not as prevalent there on Facebook, but you can do it. I've done it before, but it's definitely how Instagram works.
Okay.
I feel, yeah.
Isn't that how Twitter works also?
Yes, but I'm clueless on Twitter. I don't know how many people use Twitter on here. Anybody?
I use Twitter.
You use it?
Yeah, I use Twitter, but I mean, needless to say, I just started literally yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm like brand new. I'm just here listening.
Okay.
I have a friend that does marketing for the Cincinnati Playhouse, and she does a lot of advertising and stuff on Twitter.
Okay, cool. I know that people find, their target market through there as well. It's just another one to master and be consistent with.
And I know Twitter uses the hashtags, because I mean, I've found things according to hashtags on Twitter, not related to this, but other things. I have just it organizes tweets according to the title of what you're tweeting about. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no, I do. I know exactly what you mean. I have like my Facebook connected to my Twitter, so I know stuff's getting posted over there every single day.
Really? Oh.
But yeah, but I have no idea. It sounds really bad, but I don't know if people are going there, because I can only manage so many accounts in one day. So my main two accounts are Facebook and Instagram, and I love Facebook because I love Facebook Messenger to a degree. I definitely lose track of some conversations there. Sometimes I'm sure it happens to all of us, because sometimes I'll read it and I don't mark it as unread because I'm not ready to respond to it, so I should just leave them closed. But then I lose track of it, so. But Facebook and Instagram are my two favorite. But you guys got to figure out what are your two favorite and what are easiest for you to work with each and every day. So those are the two that I've been able to build my business on. And up until this point, I've used Instagram. I post there every single day, and I've gotten, some customers out of it. But I'm like, I'm posting here every day. I should be getting way more customers out of this. My majority of customers have came from Facebook or in person. So that's why I wanted to study this a little bit more. So before I go on, I'm just going to look at these.
I had a newer coach tell me, she's like, so I don't even understand what these hashtags are and what I thought it was just some cute like way to have a cute saying at the end of your post. And I'm like, it is, but some people, you'll read their hashtag and it's like 50 words long and you're like, okay, that was cute, but that's not going to work for people finding you. Like, I think somebody posted something like, most expensive hot dog I've ever eaten, or, something like that. And that's not going to be something that you are going to have somebody type in to find you. You're going to have people type in something to find you because you're a stay-at-home mom boss, or you're, you have weight loss, or you have clean eating, or you have, people are going to search those hashtags to find you and to connect with you, or, pay off debt, or, those types of things. So that's the thing that clicked with me on these hashtags. Like Lindsay just went over all those different things. Like, think about who you want to target. I love how you said, think about like what they struggle with. Like, I wrote the notes on that. I'm like, I need to do that. So things that they struggle with that we can help them with, and people are going to look for pay off debt, or something like that, or work from home, or, that type of thing. So they're going to search you for those hashtags. So that's just
like people who are sick of going to work and commuting, work from home. Good.
Right.
I love it. Thank you for that idea. And then paying off debt. That's another huge one. If you're trying to grow your business, you definitely want to help people with their fitness, but you also want to help people earn an income through this, because that's another way we earn, right? Through building our coach team. So thanks for sharing that, Linz. I'm just reading what Natalie said here. She or her assistant probably reaches out to Instagram influencers, those with a large following, and forms a relationship and or reposts using a repost app. Okay, so that's another good one that we should think about. I think I have the repost app, but I don't really use it. And I've actually had people reach out to me and say, do you want to, trade posts? Like, you can post about me and I'll post about you. So that's another way to grow your account, is reaching out to others and saying, hey, like, I really love your account and what you're sharing. Would you be open to, sharing stuff on a post of mine, and I will do the same for you, And maybe, Natalie, since you seem to know more about that, we can open it up at the end and you can share what you know. And then she said 30 tags. Yes, Lisa, when you open up the comment section, you can see the dots and hashtags. Yes, but when you're looking at the picture by itself, like, you can't see it. So again, I'm sorry, guys, I didn't do the research as to why you want to do it that way. I just see that successful people who are successful in the business are using it as well. Not just people who are outside of our business, but people who are actually inside of our business. So that's why I was sharing that. And then Natalie said, it helps with visibility when users see comments, less spammy. Oh, is this to the putting it with the 5 dots? Okay.
Really? That's what the 5 dots is?
Is that what it is, Natalie? The 5 dots?
Sorry, I was typing. What?
When you said, yes, it helps with visibility when users see comments, and yes, less spammy. Is that with the 5 dots and then all the?
Yeah, it's pretty much what you said. Like, when you see a photo in your feed, and you see, because you're going to usually see, if you open up the photo itself, you'll see all those hashtags. It just looks spammy. And like, also too, you can, see all the comments and stuff. But yeah, like Lisa said, it opens it up once you open all the comments. It's
right.
just like spammy.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Use less hashtags on Facebook, she says.
It says about 2. Same with Twitter. It drops like immensely engagement. So like, if you have a post that's about, like Lisa's post she was talking about, that's a very, broad general term, but probably people would be searching for that on Facebook versus Instagram. People get super specific. So, or like trending topics, like those that you see on the sidebar, those are good too if you want to tie in your content with something that's trending.
Okay. I'm taking notes too. Topic.
Natalie,
great.
Natalie and Lindsay, Impact Academy here.
Okay.
We don't need to pay for Shalene. We'll just do Natalie and Lindsay.
I love it. Okay, so Renee, Natalie, I'm about to follow you. Love it. Okay. When you use the repost app, will it go in the comment section of the post? I don't know. Do you know, Natalie?
So the repost app works. So it's a separate app, and what you do is you go into the app, or you go into your Instagram. I feel like I can find a video. I think they kind of go over it. It's better to see it visibly, but usually like if you have an iPhone, at the very top in the left corner, it'll say back to repost app, or, back to Safari, whatever. But if you go into Instagram after opening the repost app, go to the post you want to repost, and then go to back to repost app. It'll copy everything, and then you post it back into Instagram. And then you can either add your own caption, or you can use the caption that they use. But just make sure that you quote, or that you tag whoever posted it originally. So
To be kosher.
Yeah.
So we can Google that.
Yeah, here, I know they like show it visibly. Like if you download the repost app, it'll give you a quick mini tutorial. It's pretty simple.
I learned too from Natalie when I started using Instagram more about the No Crop app. Do you guys know about that one?
No.
That's a good one.
Go ahead, Natalie. You can tell them about that one.
Well, that one, you can, it like helps your photos. So now Instagram, you can resize, which is great. A little bit, if it's really tall, will get cut off. But if you didn't want like certain parts of your photo to be cropped off, you can go in there and you can resize it. It'll just have white borders or whatever border you put on it. Whereas like if you use the Instagram, like just the app itself and resizing the app, it's still going to look in your feed square. So it just depends if you want like to make sure that the full photo is showing or not. Is that what you were going to say, Lisa, about it?
Yeah, because I know on my videos I was posting right to Instagram.
Okay,
And then I cropped some of the stuff off of it. But then if you put in the pictures, but if you go to the No Crop app, you add your photo or your video there first and then save it, that it keeps the picture just like it was, instead of Instagram not just automatically cropping it out.
Yes, because in the Instagram app, you can't resize the video.
Right.
Cool. Thank you, guys. So I just have a little bit more to go over, and then we can, of course, open it up for more questions. But I want you to keep on your Instagram app. We're going to talk about your Explore page. So you're going to go to your home page, and it's a little house on the bottom left of your Instagram app, okay? And then right next to that house is a magnifying glass. So you're going to click on that, and here is where you can start to search for your one ideal customer. So again, start thinking about who is your ideal customer. Is she a she? I think most of it, I think it's all women on this call tonight, but is it a wife or a husband, a mom or a dad, a fitness competitor, a personal trainer, a teacher, firefighter, nurse? What is this person that you are looking for? What qualities do you want them to have? What kind of things are similar with you that you would like to attract into your life? So if you're looking at your Explore page, you can see there's a bunch of different stuff that's going to pop up. Maybe you've never even used this before. So what you would want to do is go to the top where it says search, and that's where you're going to search those specific hashtags to find the people that would be your ideal customer. So let's just say your ideal customer is somebody who is an elementary teacher, okay? So if you type in ELEMEN, elementary teacher, and then enter, it's going to show up a bunch of different hashtags. So I just picked the first one, elementary teacher, and a bunch of people who have hashtag elementary teacher are going to pop up in your search. So what you're going to do is click on the ones who stand out to you, people who are smiling, who are happy, or ones that stand out to you. Like I said, you're going to click on their posts. You're going to like a couple of their pictures, okay? Maybe even comment on a couple, a nice, genuine compliment. And you can do that with a couple different people who have that same thing in common, okay? Then once you go back to your home page, back to your magnifying glass, you're going to go back to that magnifying glass. So that's your Explore page, and you refresh it by pulling down on your page. Mine's kind of frozen right now. Then you're going to see that more people who are elementary teachers are going to pop up into your Explore bar, okay? So I've been doing, for me specifically, like moms. That's just who I feel most comfortable talking with. So I have always moms, people with kids in their pictures, because I feel like I can relate to them right away. So start thinking about those ideal people and searching for them. And all you really need to do is find a couple, and they're going to keep showing up on that Explore page. The one thing you want to do is just be careful of the pictures that you're clicking on, because that's the stuff that's going to keep showing up in your news feed. So, or news feed, your Explore page. So you want to make sure you're being specific and targeting the people that you want. So what you want to do is, after you've gotten these people that you're targeted, so these specific people, you want to keep a spreadsheet or some kind of system to keep track of the interactions that you're having with those targeted followers. So what you want to do is, each day after you've found the people who are your ideal customers, is one time per day, you want to go to their page and like some of their pictures and comment on them. So by doing that, you're going to build those relationships, and you're going to create trust with people. And our business is all about creating those relationships first, right? So this is something that Shalene had recommended to outsource to somebody else to, start tracking for you. So this is what I wanted to bring up to Lindsay McGuire, because I know you had somebody working your Instagram account for you, but is this what they were doing for you?
I went to Elance, and I specifically created a job that I wanted them to help me with. Mm-hmm. And Elance is pretty amazing. Like, that could be a whole nother call as well. But anything that you want them to help you with, from PicMonkey pictures to, like, so many things, like I got bids for, but I just specifically wanted them to help me with gaining more followers. And I told them the hashtags that I wanted, and how much I wanted to spend per hour. So I found somebody who was helping me get 500 followers per month. We negotiated, it came to about $25 per month. So what I found, though, is that they were starting to get me a lot of other coaches. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, it's kind of like, it's a tough one, because I'm like, gosh, I could go in and I could just start finding people with the hashtags, like you just said. I could find, toddler moms, like I just did that one you suggested. Mm-hmm. I could find, and then what you do is you like their 3 posts and you comment on one, and you can get them to follow you, or, that type of thing. But it is nice to have somebody else do it for you. And I don't think that was a horrible price, because we can write that off. But I did get my likes to grow, like, I don't know, from probably 800 to over 3,000 in the last year or so, or something. So it's just a matter of, when I see these other top coaches, when they're killing it with their posts and they have freaking 30 people comment on their posts, it's because they have 20,000 people following them. So the right. more eyes you have on your post, the more people you're going to have commenting. Right. So I don't know if that answered your question very well. No, the other one I was going to look into, though, not only Elance, but Instagress is something, and maybe Natalie could tell us more about that too. But I didn't know about the quality of that, though, if it's better versus Elance. So I'm
wondering if you use the like if you used very specific hashtags. Like which ones did you tell them you wanted to use? And did you tell them not to like and comment on other Beachbody coaches' stuff?
I did.
Okay.
I did. And I even gave them specifics about, US and Canada, and maybe I just needed to find somebody else. And they
Okay.
were giving me Australia and all sorts of other countries. So
Okay.
maybe I just needed to reevaluate the hashtags and a different person. But the other thing too, I wonder if you guys could cover as well. Gosh, we could have this be like a 2-hour call, but is I started to get where they were having I have 1,500 people that I'm following and 3,000 or so-ish followers. I don't want to have 1,800 followers. I want to, so I told them, can you decrease the people I'm following so I can still see my family and friends?
Mm-hmm.
And so they would start to do that. That was part of our deal. They would decrease. So that must be something that they do. They go in and do a follow for follow or something like that. And then they go in and unfollow people for me or something like that. But that's something that I've started to do now too, is when I go through my Instagram and I see some kind of, and I do this on Facebook as well, when I see some kind of crazy post from somebody that doesn't seem like she fits my target audience, then I just unfollow her. So I don't know. What's your thought on Instagress to get, because I think the thing is with Instagram, the main thing, just with Facebook as well, is the more people that we have within our world, the more people we have on that, our page or our Facebook page, kind of Facebook page, but the more people we have on Instagram, I think it's even better with Instagram. The more people that we have that follow us on Instagram, like I said, this one girl has 22,000 people that follow her, and so she gets 40 comments when she does a call to action about her coaching opportunity. So I think that's the huge thing right there. So what do you think about Instagress? Did you, Natalie or Lindsay, did you get to read about that at all?
I don't know anything about that one, but maybe Natalie does.
I use it.
Okay.
Good.
But I use it because I do not have time right now to go through every single day. And so I really, the past year, worked on building a following and then kind of narrowing it down, because Instagress, now they did just add a location feature, but with location, it's unless, people are tagging their photos, people don't always use the location on their photos. So that's kind of why it's not where the user's from, it's where the photo is being posted. So that's kind of why there's limitations there. But you could, I'm in St. Louis, I could do St. Louis, but I could also do the gyms around St. Louis. And you can add up to 100 locations, but still it leaves a lot of room for kind of, you would have to kind of test it on location maybe one time or test it on these hashtags, but you can start and stop it. Instagress is definitely, it's another whole nother thing, but I've been using it just because I don't have the time myself to go through and go and comment on people's things, but I know my brand enough to where I know what hashtags that I want to attract, and they're very narrow ones, so I get specific people. But I have been getting some out-of-country ones, which I'm so I just go in and unfollow them. But it does have an unfollow feature as well. So anybody that it follows in the Instagress app, it'll hit a certain reach, and then it will start unfollowing, because you don't want to do it too fast, or else people are going to be like, okay, this is a fake account. This person's just just wants followers, whatever. Because you could go and you could buy thousands and thousands of followers, but that's how those crappy fake accounts that are all just stock photos or whatever, that's how they have so many followers. They just buy people who are out in India or something who created all these fake accounts. But anyways, you don't want to do that. So if you see something buy 1,000 followers, or don't do that. I mean, it's not going to, it's not going to do you any good if you have all these fake followers, because people are going to realize that. People are smarter than we think. And it's about building relationships. And the end goal is to get a customer, build a relationship. So the way I think, Lindsay, I like the Elance idea. If if your person that's doing it knows you well enough, and you kind of set those kind of framework around that. But that's the best way to do it. Like Shalane Johnson, she said something about the 5-3-1 method. It was like 5 photos, comment something that is that's quality, not just love, or something that be like, hey, this is super inspiring, I love your account. That's a little more personal. But so comment on 3 and then you get 1 follower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She did.
I learned that from her little free thing that she did. So when I get a second, I do try to do that, since I just, unhired my Elance guy. But, but it's the same thing. Like, I don't have the time. Like he would cost me like $2 an hour for 2 hours a week. So it wasn't horrible, for him to go in and do that. So he spent 2 hours a week of just constantly doing that. I think that's what he was doing. He was finding people with my hashtags, liking 3 of their pictures, commenting on 1 of their posts, and then I got a follower, So if you have time to do that, you can do that, or else you can look into Instagress.com and you can set up your targets and your tags that you want. And I think it's $9.99 a month that you can write off as your business expense. So I hope we're not like totally wigging out all these new coaches right now.
Yeah, you guys, if you're brand new to this, like, I don't want you guys to worry about Elance and Instagram or Instagrass and all that stuff right now, but there's some of us who are more advanced in the business, further along, and so we have a little more responsibilities each day as leaders, so we need some of these things to help us through that. But
we're in our cold market.
Yes, and we're in our cold market, so you guys are still in your warm market, but just take notes on this stuff and have it for your future, so that there's things that that you have resources if you ever feel like you don't have time to do certain things. And honestly, $9.99 is not very much if it's working for you and if you're getting the right kind of followers and you're getting customers through it. So what I want to kind of close it out with, and I appreciate your input, Natalie, so much. Thank you. And Lindsay as well for Elance. But I just want to talk about those call to action posts. That's what I'm wrap it up with. And we need to be using those like 80% of the time. So it doesn't mean call to action, join my challenge group in every single post. But if you've ever heard of the law of 80-20, it's like a pretty big success principle in all areas of life. Like eat clean 80% of the time, have treats 20% of the time, 80% of your time in your business should be spent on your coaches who are actually showing up each day. And so it applies to many areas in our life, and it also applies to this. So you want to make sure that 80% of the time you are leaving a call to action at the end of your post on Instagram and even on your Facebook. So this is what's going to help create engagement on your post. So it can be as simple as leave me a comment about what you think below. So if you do like a post, maybe which shoes should I wear with this outfit, or like pick A or B. Those are always good ones to get engagement on. Or it could be as simple as leaving their email below to get more info on your challenge group, or sending them to the link in your bio to apply for your challenge group. There's actually ways that you can create applications for your challenge groups, which, by the way, I'm going to make a video on to help you guys with that. But again, that's another call, but I'll share it as soon as I do. And you can do that through Google Drive. So if you have a Gmail account, you can do it right through there. And what I like to do is I like to send people to my blog a lot of the time too, because I'm trying to build up a presence over there, because on my blog I'm sharing the same kind of stuff I'm sharing on my other social media platforms, but it's there and it's easy to find. Whereas Facebook, it kind of gets lost after time. So I'm just sharing recipes, I'm sharing workouts and stuff over there too. And then I also have links to where they can click to join my challenge groups or to join or to apply for the coaching opportunity. And again, if you're a brand new coach, this is something that I've been building over time. I've been a coach for 3.5 years now. So that's just what I'm using in that link. You don't want to put your Beachbody website in your bio. So if you're a brand new coach, what I would recommend putting in your bio link, if you probably don't have a website or anything like that yet, so just put your Facebook link in there so people can connect with you on Facebook as well. But for an example, I just put the other day about one of my challengers' progress and how I'm so inspired by her progress every time I see it. And then I did a little call to action, like, can you imagine where she'll be in 30 days from now? But the real question is, where do you want to be 30 days from now? Do you want to be in the same spot, or do you want to be progressing like Jen? And then I said, I dare you to commit to one of my online challenges. And I said, spaces in my group are limited. So to be considered for a spot, go to my link in my bio to apply for the challenge group. So that's just an example of what you can do with that. And you can do that with the same with your sneak peeks. So we can all do this as coaches now. If you're not in my team's sneak peek group, make sure you let me know so you can get added. But an example is you can post, what do you love most about coaching? Even if you're a brand new coach, what do you love most about it so far? Do you love the positivity that you're surrounded by each day, the accountability, whatever it is coaching has done for you? No matter if you've been a coach for a week or 3 years, share about what you love most about coaching, and then invite people to take a look at it with you. And you can say something simple like this: join me in a sneak peek into coaching to learn more about how I was able to, and then you're going to insert what coaching has done for you. So specifically for me, how I was able to exceed my part-time nursing income in 23 months by sharing my health and fitness journey on social media. And then click the link in my bio to join the private group where I will be hosting tomorrow evening. And then you put the link to the group in your bio so they can join in there. So those are the tips that I have. They're pretty, basic, but hopefully they were helpful to you guys. I learned a lot from that free training. But she also recommends, like I said, that Instagram impact training, which is $99. But it supposedly has a $1,000 value, and I don't doubt that for 1 second. Shalene's amazing, and every training that I've taken of hers has been totally worth it. I did her Courageous Confidence Club, and I loved it. And the cool thing is about this training is that it's a private, module type thing. It's a membership, and it's a lifetime. So any changes that are made to Instagram over time are going to be updated in that group. So it really is a great value. So it's definitely on my bucket list to look more into that, and just broaden my knowledge on how to use, these social media platforms to grow. So that is all I have on Biz and Instagram together. So if anybody has questions or anything they want to add.
Just looking at what Renee just wrote.
Oh, Cold Market. I know.
No, she has 451 followers. That's good. Oh my gosh.
I apparently need way more, huh?
Well, the thing I wanted to ask, though, because we could seriously talk about this for 4 hours, and I just also wanted to add to all of you guys, whatever stage you're at in your business, I'm pretty sure that maybe besides Natalie, because she does this for a living, none of us knew anything about social media. I knew nothing about Instagram. I did not have an Instagram account when I started as a coach. I think I got an Instagram account a year into it, and then I was like, oh, I can post an Instagram picture and then make it go right into my Facebook and have it be 2 for 1. And then I was like, oh, I could do a cute little hashtag. And then I'm like, oh, that means something. I have learned about this, constantly since the time that so basically it's everything that we're telling you here, it may seem like so much information, but we're still not experts on this. But it's just constantly learning. I think it's pretty fun. It's marketing, and it's how to reach out to Natalie's shaking her head. I dig marketing. I think it's pretty cool. But there's just so many things to learn about it, and it's, a whole different monster on how to reach out to people, but it's such a cool, creative way to do what we do in our business. And, you know, just take a deep breath and don't get overwhelmed about it. Embrace it. You know, it's a fun thing that we have to do. You know, it's not like, I don't know. I think it's pretty fun. So the only tough part about it is learning the different new thing to do with it. So, you know, just if there's something that you don't understand about it, Google it. I think that's killer that Shalene thing is only $99. Like, I'm totally going to do that. Because that's awesome. And that she keeps updating you with it. I'm totally going to do that. But the thing that I wanted to see if we could end with real quick is, what do you think are your top 3? I mean, I have a ton of notes. I have like so many other questions that I want to ask, but maybe I'll just Google them. But what do you think like are the top 3 things that, you know, I don't know, like there's seasoned coaches here, and then there's newer coaches here, and there's brand new coaches here. But what do you think are the top 3 things you should focus on most with your Instagram? If that could even be an answer to answer the question.
No, definitely. I think it's just showing up every day and being consistent with it, and taking action, not letting all this information stall you, as always. And like, I'm just reading Natalie's comment here, is making it work for you. So don't like obsess what everybody else is doing. Don't obsess over that. You have to do trial and error. Like, you have to see what is going to work specifically for you. So I'm sharing all this stuff with you, but, you know, you may have different hashtags that are going to work better for you. You know, so you are attracting you. That's what you want. That's the whole goal in this, is to attract people like you, because then it makes your business more fun. So don't obsess over all the information. And yeah, that's what I say, is just showing up each day, being consistent, using your explore page to find those people who are like you, and then putting in those hashtags like I suggested to attract the people who are like you. That would be like the top 3 things. So taking action and being consistent every day, and then using your hashtags that are specific to you, and using your explore page to find people like you, to simplify it, you know. So
that might have been 4, but that's cool.
Well,
I could name 7, but
I know
it was a tough question. And
really,
just look into maybe, Instagram and getting more followers. And because I feel like once you're doing this, and we can totally close because I know it's late here, but I feel like like with Facebook, I'm doing so much every day, and I don't have people freaking commenting or following me. But if I can do the same thing on Instagram and just get more followers, because I can't get more followers on Facebook, but if I can just pay $9.99 on Instagram to get more followers on Instagram, then it's so much more worth it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm doing everything that I'm doing on Facebook, but the things that I'm doing on Instagram are going to be so much more beneficial, because I can get more followers just by, you know, having somebody help me with the more followers thing. Like Mindy said, get more followers. So we have this recorded if you guys want to go over it and review it. And we had to have some people jump off. I know it's kind of late. We could chat all night with all of y'all. So thank you so much, Lindsay, for sharing with us, and Natalie with all of your knowledge bombs.
Yeah.
We could talk about this forever, but anything else you guys wanted to add?
Natalie said she'll do a call in 2 weeks about branding and social media.
Yes, branding is just huge. Crazy. It's something I'm still learning about in 2.5 years. Can we all do a big smile? Or Lindsay or Lisa, did you get a picture already?
I did, but wait a minute. Let me see how it turned out.
Was I smiling?
No.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile.
Yay. We got to do this at the beginning when everybody's on.
I know, or when everybody's fresh. I'm like sweating and stuff. Just kidding.
I took a bad one, so.
So did I.
Lindsay, did you get a good one?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh, mine was all crooked.
I think you have a cute smile. Yeah. You do.
I think I cut some people off on the right side over here on accident.
Mhm.
Oh, because I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. I think you guys probably are too.
Well, thanks for doing this for us, Lindsay. I really appreciate it.
Of course, I'm so happy to. I hope it was helpful to you guys, and I'm excited for the next time that we meet. So
Next week we'll be with Lisa's going to do more about inviting, right? Specific invites.
cool. I'm
And then we'll do
excited.
Natalie in 2 weeks about branding. Oh my gosh. Really awesome. Okay. Cool, guys. Well, thanks
Thanks,
for
Lindsay.
chiming in. See y'all soon.
Bye.